Do you think your Shih Tzu is happy just because it doesn't destroy the house, doesn't bark much, and still eats normally? I've lived with and raised Shih Tzus long enough to say something a bit uncomfortable out loud. Most owners only see the surface, while their dog's real emotions pass right in front of them every single day. Shih Tzus are not a loud breed. They don't celebrate happiness like, "Look how happy I am." On the contrary, when a Shih Tzu is happiest, they are often very quiet. Quiet enough that many people mistake it for sadness, laziness, or maybe it's bored. I've met many owners who worry because their Shih Tzu sleeps a lot. But the truth is, a Shih Tzu that sleeps deeply, breathes evenly, stretches out, and doesn't jolt awake at small noises is telling you something very big. I feel safe here. Dogs don't sleep deeply in places where they need to stay alert. They only let their bodies go when the nervous system is allowed to rest. There's another small detail I always watch first. The eyes. Not whether they look bright, but whether they look soft. Slow blinks, relaxed lids, a glance that feels like a quiet check-in and then moves on. Those only appear when a Shih Tzu trusts you enough not to stay guarded. If you notice that, don't call them. Don't tease them. Just respond with calm. You've reinforced trust without a single training command. It's the same on walks. A happy Shih Tzu doesn't walk like it's completing a task. They sniff, pause, change direction, then look back at you as if asking, "All good?" If your dog does this, it's a very clear sign that their mind isn't shut down. A stressed dog walks fast, pulls the leash, or shrinks inward. A balanced dog stays curious. Then there's eating. A healthy, happy Shih Tzu doesn't eat frantically and doesn't become picky for no reason. They eat with focus, then walk away. When I see a Shih Tzu eat like that, I know there's a daily rhythm behind it that allows the body to feel safe. And don't just watch the tail, watch the whole body. When a Shih Tzu is truly happy, everything softens. The hips sway lightly, the shoulders loosen, the steps lose stiffness. A stiff tail wag can mean excitement or nerves, but a full body wiggle is very hard to fake. Finally, the ears, the most overlooked signal of all. Ears that rest naturally, slightly floppy, not constantly alert, are signs of a nervous system that's actually resting. I always observe a dog's ears at home, not when guests are over or when they're outside. That's where the truth lives. If you're raising a Shih Tzu, ask yourself, is your dog calm because it feels safe, or calm because it has learned to endure? Does it sleep deeply? Does it look at you softly? Does its body truly relax? Leave a comment sharing one small behavior from your Shih Tzu that others often misunderstand, but you feel means they're okay. Many people raising this breed need to hear that story just like you once did. There is one thing many Shih Tzu owners have never had anyone say to them honestly. Many behaviors you assume are just this breed's personality are actually signs that your dog is shrinking itself to adapt, not signs that it's truly okay. Shih Tzus are very good at enduring. They don't push back hard. They don't destroy things to demand attention. They quietly adjust themselves to fit your rhythm of life. And it's exactly this obedience that makes owners confuse peace with resignation. A Shih Tzu that is truly okay doesn't need to cling to you all the time. But it also doesn't fully disconnect. They can lie calmly on their own. And when you move, they simply lift their head to look no panic, no rushing after you. That's a sign of secure attachment. If your dog must follow every step you take, or the opposite lies, still with no interest at all, both are signals worth thinking about. Many people tell me, it doesn't cause trouble, doesn't ask to play, so it must be well behaved. But a mentally healthy Shih Tzu still has moments of initiative. It might bring a toy over, then drop it and walk away. It might lightly paw your leg and leave. Those small actions show it still feels allowed to have a voice. Another detail very few people notice is breathing at rest. When a Shih Tzu is lying down and the belly rises and falls evenly, without rapid or shallow breaths, that's when the parasympathetic nervous system is working well. Fast breathing while resting is usually not heat or tiredness, it's chronic background tension. Also, notice how your dog reacts to familiar household sounds. A stable Shih Tzu doesn't need to jump up at every small noise. If even a light sound makes them flinch, that's not being skittish. It's a body that hasn't dared to fully let go of vigilance. What hurts many owners the most is realizing this. They fed their dog well, walked them enough, kept the house clean, but haven't given them a predictable emotional environment. Shih Tzus don't need constant stimulation. They need stability, familiar schedules, a familiar tone of voice, reactions that don't swing unpredictably. If you're often tense, easily irritated, or bring rushed energy home, your Shih Tzu will adjust to you not by protesting, but by making itself smaller. Try to remember this. When was the last time you sat quietly next to your Shih Tzu without holding your phone, without calling their name, without touching them, just being there together? If you read this and saw yourself in it, you're not wrong. Many Shih Tzu owners are good at caring, but were never taught how to truly be with their dog. Leave a comment sharing the one thing you're most uncertain about with your Shih Tzu. You may not need another tip. You may just need to look at everything from a different angle, and your dog has been waiting for that every day. Before this video ends, I want you to hold on to one single thing, not as a Shih Tzu training tip, and not as a checklist to score yourself on how well you're doing. Just a different way of seeing things deep enough, real enough, to help you stop worrying about the wrong things. Shih Tzus don't need you to be a perfect owner. They're not waiting for longer walks, more expensive toys, or the latest trending method. What they truly need and what determines their long-term happiness is an emotional environment they can predict. A place where their body knows it doesn't need to tense up, stay alert, or constantly adapt. Many dog owners live with quiet anxiety, afraid they're not doing enough, afraid their dog is bored, afraid it lacks stimulation, afraid it's not as happy as other dogs. But the truth is, Shih Tzus don't live in comparison. They respond only to very specific signals, repeated every day. Your tone of voice, the rhythm of life in your home, the way you enter their space, and how you carry your emotions back with you after a long day. A Shih Tzu that is truly okay doesn't need to prove it. They don't seek attention, and they don't try to entertain you. They simply live. They sleep deeply. They breathe evenly. They move lightly. They watch you with soft eyes. And when they need closeness, they come, then return to their small, quiet world. That's not distance. That's security. When you understand this, you stop trying to fix your dog. You stop obsessing over every small behavior, labeling it right or wrong. Instead, you begin to observe their baseline state. Is the body relaxed? Is the daily rhythm steady? Does your presence calm them or tighten them? And in that moment, the relationship between you and your Shih Tzu stops being just caretaking and becomes a quiet companionship. The hardest part of raising a Shih Tzu isn't learning more information. The hardest part is slowing down enough to realize that sometimes what helps your dog most isn't adding another activity, but removing one pressure, not playing more, but being still in the right way, not caring more intensely, but caring more consistently. If your Shih Tzu seems quiet, don't assume it's sad. Look deeper. See whether that quiet comes with softness, looseness, and ease. Because very often, in that silence, your dog is saying something very clearly. Here, I get to be myself. And if you realize you once misunderstood that silence, that's okay. Raising a Shih Tzu is a journey of learning how to read what isn't said. No one gets it right from the start. What matters is that you're listening now. If this video helped you see your dog a little differently, slower, deeper, then it has done its job. Leave a comment sharing how it made you feel, or one small moment with your Shih Tzu that you once overlooked. Your story might help another owner understand their dog better before it's too late.